Hey, good afternoon. How's it going? This is Michael over at J&B Insurance and Taxes. I hope you're having a great afternoon. I want to talk to you about three or four things real quick, all pertaining to upcoming tax season, about ways your tax income to acquire. Hi, this is Michael over at J&B Insurance and Taxes. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. I want to talk to you real quick about some things that are going to pertain to you and your household this upcoming tax season, your payroll tax deferment, any type of distribution you might have taken, and the penalties you might or might not have to pay due to COVID-19. We're going to, if you're a small business owner, we're going to discuss ways to get you prepared for financing, and we're going to discuss some changes in upcoming tax law. And we're going to start that right now. How's it going again? If you had to reduce the amount of payroll tax you paid during the year during the COVID-19, we got questions about that deferment. Make sure you contact our office, because it was very, very important people understand if you don't pay the taxes now, there's a possibility that you could find yourself paying those taxes somewhere down the line. There's also a possibility that these taxes can be forgiven, but to my knowledge, this has not been drafted into law yet, and I don't like speculating. I've said this all throughout COVID-19. The government and the Senate and the House of Representatives, for the most part, despite your political affiliations, have done a strong job when they do the job, when they act, of providing pretty solid relief to people within reason. There are some more things they can do, and it hasn't been a perfect process, all right? But one thing I tell people all the time is that always prepare as if you're not getting help, right? It makes sense, and you know what I'm talking about. It means you cut back on expenses, you bring in a source of revenue, you guys might liquidate some things, do what you have to do as if you're doing things on your own. And then the government helps you, it makes you back, push you back where you were before, gives you a head start, or helps you kind of maintain even keel, all right? Or just survive in some cases, because I grew up in those households where any disruption in work means you're in a wee bit of a pickle, and I feel that pain. So with that being said, your best safety net is always gonna be yourself, okay? But keep in mind the government has some things in place that already. Some things have worked okay. Some things have not worked the way they planned. Some things they have not. How should I say it? They have not followed through yet on their promise. But with this payroll tax deferment deal, I like to tell people plan if you're going to pay it back, and if it's forgiven, then you have that amount of money saved for something else. All right. There's some people who had to take early distributions from their 401k, IRAs, or any type of tax deferred retirement plan, 403Bs included. Long story short, there is some forgiveness of the penalties, and some forgiveness of the penalties. I'm not quite sure that's going to forgive you the taxable amount of it just yet. It's still going back and forth, to my knowledge. If I go through my sources and see something that's changed, or say today, or if I overlook something, I will post corrections below. But it looks as if, don't pay any mind, that's what my props falling over. But one thing I will say, the same thing I said before, plan as if you expect to pay a higher tax bill if you took out a large 401k distribution last year. Now, good news, in some cases, there are some relief for the penalties, okay, and the tax penalty as well. But that still might not trickle over to your taxable income, and your tax on that money. When you put that money in there, it's not taxed, right? When you start, well, it depends. It depends on the type of IRA. But in some cases, the 401k and the 403B, for instance, we know those aren't taxed going in, but taxed going out. Traditional IRAs, I always get this backwards, but I'm under the impression that is the same way too. It's not tax going in, it's tax coming out. So with that being said, we need to make the preparation for it and respect the larger than normal tax hit. Because I see it happen every year. I've seen it happen during Hurricane Harvey. I've seen it happen during any type of natural disaster. People pull the money out, for good reason, but they always get surprised at the tax burden in the year. But there are ways to mitigate it, and so I don't want you panicking. You'll just get in here and file things properly and take care of it the proper way. All right. There are going to be some changes in tax code. Some of you guys might not notice them. I'll just shoot through them real quick. Things I think will be important. And if I get to your situation, if you have questions about your particular situation, drop a comment below or inbox me. And some of the things I think are going to be important is that basically the itemization, the threshold of itemization is going to change. It's going to increase again. Now, it's not going to be major increases. It looks to me like it's pretty much $1,000 bucks $1,000 across each separate filing status, which is going to be single, head of household, married, married jointly, or married filing separately. Now, how does that affect you? A lot of you guys that don't, because a lot of you guys don't itemize. Okay, for those who do itemize, it could give you additional options as far as itemization might not be as attractive. But to me, the $1,000 increase for people who do itemize, they have these itemized, they have itemized deductions that are so large. At the end of the day, that $1,000, they passed it. $1,000, $1,500 threshold, I think was the max I saw when I looked at it a couple of days ago. It's not going to affect you very much because you already surpassing it, the threshold enough anyway. Because you're barely passing the threshold, the previous threshold. $1,000 increase doesn't really affect you. But if you're 10 grand over the previous threshold, well, then that decreases what you are paying taxes, or 5 grand even. That $5,000, $10,000, that will make a difference. So I think it's going to be the same thing for all intents and purposes, but this is a case-by-case basis thing. So let's discuss it when we get to the office and we have our telephone calls. So I think something else is going to be relevant to you guys you really need to know about. There's been some changes to depreciation. I think that's going to apply more to our business owners. I think really the biggest thing is that I guess the change in the threshold for itemized deduction. Of course, you are allowed this year as well to start taking your mandatory distributions for your retirement mandatory distributions from those accounts a little bit later, 72 instead of 70. And in some cases, those are being deferred this year as well. Case by case basis, I'd love to talk to you, see how this is going to affect you when we get to that road, when we get to the office, you give us a call. But I do want to mention to you that could be a possibility as well. There were some other tax law changes, and I'll leave them briefly in the comments below. And if you have questions about it, just text me directly. Now, what I really want to spend a little bit of time on, I want my fellow business owners to start getting prepared to access PPP money, SBA money, any type of government loan back program that's related to COVID-19 relief. Hopefully, once the stimulus talks I think that I'm under the impression that they're having them right now, once they actually get somewhere, all right? And because at the end of the day, you are not the guys worried about the $1,200 one-time payment. You're the guys who access the capital, all right? So you guys can borrow money to pay your employees, keep your lights on, pay your rent, your office, and keep things floating and moving. And you need to access the money to be able to do so. And I see too many well-ran businesses as far as that they're in the active communities, they've been there for a while, they're doing really great business. And I see too many of these guys and women and families and corporations or whatever your entity is set up, and they weren't able to access the money because they didn't have things stretched and organized. I have this saying, right? Really, really good auto mechanics don't make the best tax professionals, CPAs, or enrolled agents. That's just the truth. That's just the truth of the matter. This isn't something to say to knock anybody or to be critical. It's just we all have strengths and we all have skills. And sometimes we get so focused on working than we do, as professionals, we don't always have certain things delegated and lined up properly. And my company can help you with that, long story short. And I'd love to help you with that because I want to see you stay open. All right? So with that being a question, I'm gonna put a couple of key points out there before I leave. If you're a small business owner, even if you got turned down last time, first of all, look at the reason why they turned you down. Do not ignore them. All right, go back in there and start working on things. I don't need to see your paper. I can tell you probably 2 or 3 reasons. They couldn't verify your business. Website, simple 5-page website, or a simple Facebook page, an Instagram page. Those things are timestamped daily. So you set up an Instagram or Facebook page from your mobile phone and put your business information, your prices, take pictures of your clients. That is timestamped, and that shows that you were at least in business or trying to operate or setting up business from a certain time and point that can't be refuted. I see too many guys have a hard time verifying their businesses that I know for a fact I frequented before the pandemic. I have a former business partner who could not verify business, and I thought that was ridiculous because we worked together for years. So that being said, get the right things in places for them to verify your information. Your credit, your personal credit is the foundation of your business credit. It's better to have both, but you're gonna start with your personal credit first. If you don't have to have personal credit, but I would recommend you getting a credit professional and sitting down, or do it yourself, and sitting down and getting things lined up. Really, what's gonna be important thing right now is just show some payment history. I saw too many guys that could not show any positive payment history on anything. And in fact, well, we don't have any credit, but they had something worse than no credit. They had bad credit, and it showed nothing paid. And I saw that more often. I saw no credit. Get with credit and monitor services, my FICO, even Credit Karma or Credit Wise, one of the credit card companies. Even there's different types of FICO scores. But at least you need to be. But at the end of the day, at least you need to have a ballpark understanding of what's going on with your accounts. All right. And I got people I work with that can help you with that. My office help you with that a little bit. That's not our forte, but we're knowledgeable and experienced in it, and we also connect with professionals, credit professionals that can help you. So you got your credit, get your banking situation set up with some type of commercial account, commercial lender. Get your DBA and LLC. We help you LLCs, and we don't do DBA. We help you LLCs instead of incorporating. This is important because that gives you further credibility and establishes a real company. I just see too many too many businesses. I like how they run things, but I look at it, they don't have things in place like the credit or some type of online presence that make it easy for people to verify who you are. And I probably left this out, but you need help with a financial professional who can help you generate your financials to show a snapshot of where your business is when you go talk to somebody loan money. You're gonna need a profit and loss statement or income statement. You're going to need a balance sheet possibly. You need some general accounting or very least a spreadsheet set up. And you need this not just for the bankers, you need this for yourself to help you make the financial decisions so you can grow. All right. So we can help you with a lot of those things. You got any comments? It sounds like something that apply to you. And drop a comment below. It'd be greatly appreciated. I am about to finish the rest of my day up. If you got any questions, man, I'll leave my cell phone number down there. We'll leave the office email address. You can inbox us here, messages here, DM us here, wherever platform you watch this on. But the whole point is we want to give you access information so you can make decisions, be attacked on the business side, your personal side, related to income taxes. This is Michael. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Have a great day, all right?